Well, friend, the question for the day is, why should you have a food storage in your home? What does having a food storage in your home even mean? Why should you have one? Is it really necessary? Is it one of those things you do when you have too much money and you have too much spare change and you're wondering what to do with it? Or is it something that could make the difference between your life and your last breath? All this and much more on the Food Storage 131 experience. Hello, friend. I'm Joyce, the author and creator of the Food Storage 131 plan. Welcome to the Food Storage 131 Experience podcast. In this podcast, we share ideas and teach you how to stock your home with a year's worth of food for your family, starting from scratch. I share ideas and strategies on how to stock up this food, where to store it, and how to store it safely without breaking the bank. If this sparks your curiosity and you're interested in food security for your loved ones, then this is the podcast for you. Today I'm offering a special bonus. It's for you who genuinely wants food security for your family. You're the kind of person who's saying, Joyce, just give me the plan, give me the tools to work with, and let me start on my unique journey to food security for my family. Today I'm offering you a 10% discount on this complete Food Storage 131 e-curriculum download. This is the complete guide to your food security. It includes the Food Storage 131 plan, which you get to customize to your liking, the Food Storage 131 workbook with lots of spreadsheets and templates to guide you through the entire process, from determining how much food you will need, how to purchase it, where and how to store it safely, and lots more. All you need to do is click the first link in the description, follow the promptings, type the word first day with your first name, and you will immediately get your discount to your purchase. And with that, be ready to start your journey to food security for your family. Back to the topic of the day. So why should you have a food storage in your home? Why is it so important for every household to have this? Food storage simply means having a planned supply of food in your home that can sustain your household for an extended period of time, a few weeks, a few months, or even up to a year. It's not about fear or hoarding. It's about being prepared, saving money, and creating stability in your home life. Think of it as your home's personal safety net, something that cushions you against unexpected events, from rising prices to sudden emergencies. So with that definition, I want to share why it's so critical, so important for you to have a food storage in your home, regardless of the size of your family. Having a food storage in your home saves you money over time. If you've never thought about it, one thing that takes money out of your pocket on a daily basis is food, because you need to eat every single day. You get to spend that money either through eating out or eating a well-cooked meal from home. Either way, you're spending money. The difference is the price you pay in either of those scenarios varies greatly. You see, when you build a food storage system, you're not just collecting food, you're locking in prices of that food at that time. You see, food prices fluctuate all the time. 1 month, rice costs about 4,000 shillings a kilogram, which is about $1 for 2 pounds. But the next month, it's 6,000 shillings a kilogram, which is $1.50 for the same amount of rice. Now, if you've stocked up wisely, you're eating at least last month's prices while everyone else is paying the new prices. Does that make sense? Buying in bulk when prices are low or during sales also means you avoid last-minute expensive grocery runs. Because most times when you run out of something, you won't go to the bulk store. You'll go to the nearest grocery store, which many times have inflated prices of those same items. Having a food storage at home also helps you plan meals efficiently, which cuts down food waste, another huge hidden expense for most families. When I started on this journey, prices of items were much different than they are today. I remember buying food for about 1.5 million shillings, which is about maybe 400 US dollars. And that food would last me up to 4 to 5 months without needing to go to the grocery store for this emergency shopping. Right now, that figure is only a dream. The reality now is if I shopped for a 1.5 million, I would be lucky if I could have enough food to last 2 months. Think if at that time I had stocked up enough food for a longer period of time. I would basically have beat inflation and would for sure have more money in the bank. So for the same period of time, my grocery bill is almost 2.5 times what it was when I first started. Now I want you to think about yourself and your family. If you started right now, how much would you be saving? Because I guarantee the food prices are not going down. And I've also observed that many items are now not as readily available as they used to be. So if your grocery bill feels unpredictable, food storage is one of the simplest long-term fixes you can make. And I encourage you to start today. Why should you have a food storage in your home? It protects you against emergencies. This one's huge because emergencies are unpredictable, they are unplanned. Illness or even a sudden job loss can disrupt our daily lives. When these moments hit, the last thing you really want to worry about is what's for dinner or whether there's milk for the children. Food storage gives you the peace of mind, knowing that if something happens, your household can keep functioning without panic. I remember during the COVID-19 lockdowns, a lot of people experienced this firsthand, and I was no exception. It found me at a time when I had just about a week's supply of food in my house. I don't want to relay the desperation I felt and experienced in those moments. Even though I had money, we could not go out shopping. It was a very great time in my life, and I'm sure for many of you too. I recalled previous times when I visited relatives in the village and found their homes stocked up with sacks of food all the way to the ceiling. I remember when I first saw this, I was so shocked and taken aback. I wondered, why would anyone have that much food right there? Why would they devote a full room to store food? And when I asked, I was told that it's their food security. They needed to have enough stored up to feed themselves through the harvest and all the way through to the next growing season. Now, as I watched the walls in my house during the pandemic, I remembered and indeed envied them in the village. You know, they never got to experience that desperation that many of my friends who lived in town and lived my kind of lifestyle experienced in that moment. Now, does food storage only apply during national lockdowns? Even something as simple as a family illness or a job loss can become much less stressful when you have a backup plan sitting right in your pantry. That's what food storage really gives you. Control in times of uncertainty. And that's why you, yes, you, should have a food storage in your home. I want to take a moment to speak directly to you because if you're here, odds are you're tired. Tired of worrying about what the future might bring, tired of starting and stopping with food storage, and maybe even tired of trying to figure it all out on your own. You've probably asked yourself, where do I even start? How do I know what's right for my family? Am I wasting money stocking up on the wrong things? And let's be honest, this constant cycle of overwhelm, doubt, and frustration can leave you feeling stuck. Believe me, I've been there. That's exactly why I designed the Food Storage 131 Pro Academy. This is an 8-week online, self-paced e-learning course for you who is saying, Joyce, I need help. I need someone to walk with me on this journey. I don't want to fumble my way through this. The Pro Academy offers online classes accessible at your convenience, broken down in simple segments for easy follow-up. These classes are self-paced, meaning you can move from one to the next at your own speed. It's an 8-week program, but you can do it in 4, 6, or even 12 weeks. It literally follows your schedule. It also offers a platform for you to ask questions and get the answers you need for exactly where you are. That means you'll have someone to answer your questions, guide you through the hard spots, and keep you accountable so you don't feel like you're doing this alone. It also gives you access to a safe, private community to freely share with others, like-minded people pursuing the same lifestyle to encourage and uplift you along the way. If you feel that you need someone to make it easy and walk the journey with you step by step, then the Pro Academy is indeed for you. It's convenient and works at your pace while giving you the support network you need to keep you motivated and accountable. 6 months after you've enrolled, you'll be looking at your pantry fully stocked with food your family loves and enjoys. Food that is readily available to sustain your family for a considerable period of time. Think of the peace when you don't have to worry about emergencies. Think of the freedom this could give you to do the things you really love to do. Think of the joy coming and staying at home each evening with happy faces all around. That is your future, dear friend. Just click the second link in the description and sign up for the Food Storage 131 Pro Academy today. Let's together build a movement of food sufficiency for our families, one household at a time. Why should you have a food storage in your home? It's because it saves time and reduces daily stress. How many times have you stood in the kitchen at 6 p.m. wondering what to cook, only to realize you're missing one key ingredient? Then it's a quick trip to the store, long lines, more time wasted. When you have a well-stocked pantry and freezer, those moments disappear. You can plan meals quickly, substitute ingredients easily, and always have what you need within reach. I remember a period when my life revolved around work and the neighborhood grocery store. Leave the office, pass by the grocery store, buy milk, eggs, or maybe bread, and of course come out with the unplanned sweets, biscuits, soda, and chips. I remember the long lines at the checkout counter. I remember getting home and just wanting to throw my feet up out of fatigue, and yet a new role awaited me at home with my family. When I started stocking up, these daily trips literally vanished. Previously, I would leave work at 5 and get home coming to about 8 due to a grocery run. But now I could leave at 5 and be home by 6, giving me more time to rest and be with my family. For sure, this lifestyle of having a food storage is not just about survival. It's about simplifying your everyday life. Having a food storage in your home helps you eat healthier and more intentionally. When you control what's in your pantry, you control what's on your plate, and ultimately what goes into the mouths of your family. Building a food storage system naturally encourages you to think about what foods your family actually eats, what is nutritious, and how to balance convenience with health. Instead of constantly grabbing fast food or processed meals, you'll find yourself reaching for the wholesome ingredients you've already stocked up on. Let me ask you this. How often do you eat fast food? Ask yourself, why do you eat it so often? Is it because you have spare money to spend? Is it to socialize and network? Is it because there's no food at home, or the food at home doesn't taste as good? Once you've built a 3, 6, or even a year's worth of food storage, you'll realize that it will actually help you meal prep healthy meals, tasty meals for your family more efficiently. You'll find that you always have ingredients for healthy recipes like stir fries, stews, baked dishes. And eating out will now become purposeful rather than eating out of desperation. You'll find your grocery habits shift from being reactive to intentional. And within months, your overall food quality and energy levels will drastically improve. Food storage in your home helps you design the diet you want to have and not just the one that happens because you're rushed. A food storage in your home also builds independence and peace of mind. In a world where so much feels uncertain, from global supply chains to personal finances, having a stocked pantry is like building a quiet form of independence. It means your household isn't completely reliant on stores, deliveries, or systems that could fail temporarily. You're able to take care of yourself and your loved ones with what you already have. That sense of control, of knowing you're ready for anything, brings peace that's hard to describe until you actually experience it. I look back at the times in my life when I was still living on daily shopping as opposed to the food storage lifestyle, and it's literally a difference between night and day. I have been privileged to experience life emergencies in both states, and I can tell you for a fact that going through a personal crisis with a food storage at home is 1,000 times better than going through it with none. You can't compare. You literally can't. Another bonus thought, having a food storage at home isn't about fear, it's about freedom. A lot of people hesitate to start food storage because they think it's about preparing for disasters, but really it's about living smarter. You're not storing because the world is ending, you're storing because life happens, and when it does, you will be ready. Food storage gives you options, it gives you breathing room, it gives you peace. And that's something every home deserves. Well, friend, we're just getting started here. For more on how to store a year's worth of food for your pantry, for your family, kindly like, comment, and subscribe. Share any questions you may have that you would like me to address on this podcast in the comments below. If you found this conversation helpful, share it with a friend or a family member who's been thinking about becoming more prepared at home. And if you want to learn how to build your own year-long food storage plan, complete with templates, printables, and simple guides, check out the Complete Food Storage 131 e-curriculum available as an instant download in the description. Or if you need someone to walk the journey with you, check out the Food Storage 131 8-week self-paced e-learning Pro Academy, also in the description below. You don't have to walk this journey alone. Help is right here. You'll find everything you need to get started confidently, no matter what your budget or space. So thank you, friend, for tuning into this episode of the Food Storage 131 experience. A great follow-up to today's podcast is episode 006 on what are the top 2 considerations when starting a food storage for your family. Click the link in the description. So for now, be the light and share this podcast with your friends. Till next time, bye-bye.